Hello vegan adventurers, welcome to another exciting video from Andalusia, Spain. Today we're gonna be hiking Los Cahorros Canyon near Granada city. Let's get started. The hike to Los Cahorros starts near town of Monaquil, which is maybe 10 kilometers from city of Granada. Parked our car here just by the road, but I think during the off season you can park maybe 1 kilometer further at the coffee restaurant. And today we plan to hike through the canyon, where should be some bridges and stuff, and then come back around another way through the hills. So let's get started hiking Cahorros Bajos. So after about 15 minutes of walking on the big road, we got to this crossroad at a coffee restaurant. So we're gonna go on the right to Cahorros Bajos, which is the canyon with the river and the bridges, and we're gonna come back with Cahorros Altos, which are the hills with the viewpoints. Only after a few minutes from the crossroad we found ourselves in the canyon, surrounded by these high steep cliffs that could be great for rock climbing. And here we got to the first bridge crossing over the river. And up here on the left we can see another path, which is Cahorros Altos, the way we're gonna get back with. Here we got to the second bridge. So this river could be actually coming from the snowy peaks of Sierra Nevada. Some of them are over 3,000 meters high. We got to the third bridge, which is the longest, and here it says that can't be more than 4 people on the bridge at one time. So let's see how scary it is. It was pretty thrilling to walk over this bridge, which was pretty high above the river, and plus there was this amazing waterfall on the left. Okay, now we crossed this epic Indiana Jones bridge, and now we're gonna continue through this narrow canyon where they built this little ledge just by the river. Some passages were so narrow that you either had to go through the river or crawl down on your knees. These narrow passages definitely made the hike more adventurous and interesting. some parts you have these bolts in a rock to help you go around so you don't have to crawl. And here we're going through this most interesting part where the river is flowing through this tunnel. So this hike is definitely something more special than other hikes around. So even though this hike is really great and adventurous, there must be so many people here during the peak season in the summer months. Even today we met quite a few people here, and it's a total off season in December. So in the summer I think there could be even queues waiting for people to pass through these narrow passages, as this is the ideal hiking route for hot summer months when you are hidden in the shade near the river. And here we got to another interesting part where the path was really high and narrow, but you can also decide to go down on this ledge by the river. Now we got to more lush area with more trees, which could be really nice to go through in warmer months. And here we got out of the canyon on the sun for a little bit, and we noticed that there is another hiking path going up to the hills. And here we got to the last artificially made ledge by the river, and from here the path doesn't go so close to the river anymore. After another 15 minutes of walking through the gorge that was more open now, we got to this bridge, and on the other side of it is a trail that goes to Cahorros Altos, where we plan to go back. But we had some more time to spare, so we didn't want to go back yet. So we decided to go more straight and have lunch on some nice sunny place. And here I see another trail on the other side, which I don't have on the map, so there must be another crossing, and maybe we're gonna go with that path on the way back. As you can see, we're still following the river, but now the path is going higher above it. thought that by now we would already be on some sunny place, but we're still walking in the shadow. So here on the other side we can see some zigzag road, so maybe we can have a lunch there. Alright, now the path connected to this bigger road that continues straight and also goes here on the right and then across the bridge, and now it continues up zigzag, so hopefully we can get up somewhere on the sun to have lunch. Right, so after a few minutes we found some sunny place here on this bigger road, and we had some whole food vegan lunch, flossed the teeth, and now the sun is going down, so it's probably the last time we're gonna see it. And now we're gonna follow the other road on the other side hopefully and connect back to the gorge. Alright, so just before the bridge we were looking for this spot that we see from the side, but we couldn't really find it, and we didn't want to risk going back all the way because it's really time to go back. But we see that there is a path, but it's just not on our maps, and as I said, we didn't want to risk something and just get stuck before some cliffs. And up above us we see some markings for more hikes, so we can do many more hikes and connections here. It would be great to explore it. And here we can already see the path from the bridge that goes on the right that we want to go to. But looking here on the other side we don't see that path that we saw earlier that we thought it's connecting to it. So I think my hypothesis was right, they would just get stuck before some steep cliffs and would have to return. So you can see the path that we followed earlier today, and then we crossed the bridge over there, and now let's see what's awaiting for us on this side. So as we are ascending with this path higher up the ridge, we see that there is a steep cliffs on the left side, so you have to be really careful when you walk not to slip down. And here you can see another path on the other side that's going up and then follows the ridge, but unfortunately again I don't have it on the maps. So as we got behind the curve, we see some hills with the sunshine in front of us, so maybe I was wrong, we're gonna get some more sunshine today. Looking down here we can see the path where we came from through the narrow gorge. And as you can see I was wrong, we are on the sunshine again, which feels really nice because it gets considerably colder when you're in the shadow, maybe down to 10 degrees. Compared to around 15 degrees on the sun. And here we got to another meaningless fence with a gate, which is really common in Spain to separate the properties or whatever. I don't know why they're doing this always. And down here I can see another path going up on the ridge again, so I think it's one of the paths that I saw earlier going from the gorge. So you can see you have many hiking options here. Alright, and here we got to another crossroad. So here you can go to Monachil another way around, but it's a long way and we don't want to go there. And here straight down you can get to the gorge again, which we don't want to go, so we're gonna keep going straight here and see some more things. As we're getting closer to the beginning of the hike, we're getting some epic views of the canyon beneath us. We got to the little crossroad, and a few hundred meters there was this viewpoint, and when you look down from it you have these steep cliff walls leading all the way down to the canyon. Looking down at these cliffs, I saw some bolts from rock climbers, so I was right, these rocks are used for rock climbing, which must be a great thrill here. And just when we were leaving the viewpoint, we heard some dog barking in the distance, and when we look on the other side, we noticed that there was a white dog stranded above the cliffs, and he didn't know the way down, so he was just barking. There was a way down around on the right, but he just didn't know the way, so it's pretty sad that he was stranded here and there was nobody to help him. And this reminded me of a situation where a few weeks ago in Mallorca, when we were descending with Sanya down the steep hillside. So my advice would be, if there is a steep cliff or a hillside in front of you that you're not sure how it's gonna be, it's always safer just to return back the same way than make some stupid shortcut. We felt really bad for the dog, so we asked these girls if they know somebody to help him, but they didn't seem to care. If we were locals here, we would get the headlights and try to help the dog. We didn't even know which path goes up there. So we're just hoping the dog found a way and it's safe now. Alright guys, that's it for today's adventure. I hope you enjoyed the hike at the Cahorros Canyon. As you saw, there are more routes to explore, so I will definitely come back here and explore this area more. Stay tuned for more adventures from Andalusia like this one. And for now, stay healthy and stay adventurous.